Why are you afraid of questions?
This is not the time or the place, okay?
When is the time or the place?
This is not the time.
Here, can you please
Can I
take the
get
questions?
security? I need to get security.
You know my position. I'm pro-life, and you're not.
I'm pro-life too.
Why are you
So
suing, why are you suing and harassing these people?
I'm not suing anybody. What are you talking about? You already told me you were going to do an interview, so no.
Appreciate you letting me know about these things and keeping everybody honest. That's all
All
we
right.
can ask, right?
Thank you, Tom.
You have a great day.
I'm standing here at Hamilton, Ohio, Fire Station 22, I think, that is on 77 Pershing Avenue, where earlier today, just a little bit ago, there was a blessing of this baby box here. And I came because I saw it because of the Union Township News report that it was going to happen today here and Monica Kelsey was going to be here. So I came out. First thing I did when I got here is I tried to actually ask Monica Kelsey some questions. Monica Kelsey runs from any legitimate questions. She immediately calls security, and then she'll probably put out a video saying I somehow was stalking her or something. But let's take a look at me trying to get Monica Kelsey to answer any questions or even take the questions that I had on a list.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, how you doing, Miss Kelsey?
Good.
I'd like to do an interview with you when this is over.
I think I'm going to pass.
Why?
Because, I'm just not interested.
Well, here's a list of questions. Why are you afraid of questions?
This is not the time or the place, okay?
When is the time or the place?
This is not the time.
Here, can you please take the questions?
I need to get security. He needs to get away from me. No, you need to leave. Okay?
I'm just trying to hand her a list of questions.
I don't want a list of questions.
So,
Can we step back?
Just come on.
I'm just trying to hand her a list of questions.
Thank you.
So then there was the ceremony, and let's have a few excerpts from that.
If a parent walks up to this Safe Haven baby box, but she still decides that maybe she doesn't want to use the box, she wants to walk in, that's still an option for her. We're not taking that away. The last 12 months, we've had 2 babies in the state of Ohio surrendered in our Safe Haven baby boxes. It is working here in the state. This is the 395th baby box in the nation. This is the 20th in the state of Ohio. We've had 71 babies come through our baby boxes and 178 handoffs. I'm trying to remember the numbers because they change weekly. And I'll tell you, it never gets old getting a call from a fire chief when they say, hey, Monica, we got a baby in our box. And I'll tell you, I get just as excited on the 71st baby that was surrendered in our box as I did the very first baby that was surrendered in our box, because I know that a parent had the option to choose what they wanted for themselves, not what we wanted them to do, but what they chose to do for themselves and their child.
And it gives every chance at a life where parents love that baby to the baby. And it also gives a chance to a desperate mother in a time where maybe they don't know what their other options are. But what a better choice than to end a life with abortion, or what a better choice than to maybe not only end the life of the baby, but wreck your life. You see a lot of these young women on the news or whatever that panic and they end up killing their baby or abandon their baby, then they go to jail. This is a way out for that. What a beautiful vision. Thanks for doing the work all over the country and multiple places. We've seen you here in the 8th District. Thanks for supporting it. God bless you all.
Then I tried to talk to Congressman Warren Davidson, and he ran away, and he had his little Jimmy Spiffy boy consultant political guy try to block me out. He makes, as he runs away, listen to this, he won't take any questions, he won't answer any questions, he seems very uncomfortable in his own skin, and he accuses me of not being pro-life. He doesn't know shit about me. I would have to put him in the clown category the way he acted today. All right, I'm here with Congressman Davidson. He won't make a comment, he won't take any information. He was here for the photo op, and now he's off to D.C.
You know my position. I'm pro-life, and you're not.
I'm pro-life too.
Why are you suing and harassing these people?
I'm not suing anybody. What are you talking about? I'm not. How have I sued them? I've raised questions about the monetization of Safe Haven. Safe Haven has existed for like 30 years. The boxes is a relatively new thing. You're kind of pushing me in here, bro. So why won't you have a comment? Or, for example, why isn't the state help me grow number for Safe Haven on the wall? How come the numbers go to a private company? If you're pro-life, don't you want pro-life local places to be involved in boxes? Do you think a private company should get information on babies? Would you please take some information?
No.
My card?
Send it to our office.
That's a ridiculous statement. Send it to my office?
Yeah.
Look at this guy blocking me. Thanks, Congressman. What's your name? Are you his aide? Along the way, I twice tried to talk to the fire chief, whose name I think is Thomas Ecklenberger.
Okay.
Hey, Chief.
Yes, sir.
I want to get an interview with you. My name's Chris Hicks. So, and these are the questions that I'll be asking
Okay.
relating to the box. So I just want to make sure that you're aware of it before taking off or anything. And I can give you one of my cards if I find it in my pocket. But just so you're aware that I want to do an interview with you. You're going to be available to do that?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
sure.
And first he was like a ficus tree the first go around and just stood there saying he wasn't going to answer any questions. You already told me you were going to do an interview, so
Not after I read your questions, man.
well, not after you read my questions. So let's go through the questions while we're standing here. Okay, how do you defend not including local resources like the state Help Me Grow number or information on the nearest hospital on the signs? What about that question is hard? What about that question is a hard question? Shouldn't the state Help Me Grow number for safe havening be part of what's on your fire station, not just a private company number? How come you don't support there being, for example, where's the nearest hospital? Okay, so you're like a ficus tree. So let's go to the next question. How do you defend not having signage that indicates that a woman can knock or ring the doorbell to get personal health assistance or to surrender person to person? It's kind of weird the way you're looking at me. It's kind of creepy, actually. So why don't you answer that question? Don't you think that there should be something on the box saying if you want personal assistance, you can ring the doorbell or knock on the door? You don't want women to know that. So you're, okay. Why don't you promote safe haven signage being on all of your fire stations? Here's an example in Union Township, Claremont County, they're on every fire station. Not just where there's a box. Why don't you defend that?
Not answering your questions.
You won't answer any questions. Is there anybody here that will answer questions? I mean, you kind of look like a goofball that you won't answer simple questions. Most people would say, you know, that's probably a pretty good idea to put a safe haven sign on every one of our fire stations. That doesn't get 20,000 plus for a company. But why don't you do something like that? Doesn't that make sense? If in your contract with Monica Kelsey, will she get information on surrendered babies?
I'm not answering your questions.
You're not answering my questions? Why not? If you have a surrender that's not in a baby box, are you going to give information to a private company about the baby?
George, I'm not answering your questions.
You think is there a PR person or somebody that does actually answer questions?
You can go through the city clerk's office if you'd like.
Can I see the paperwork that's in the box right now here? In the orange bag, can I see what paperwork's in there? This is a record request to see the paperwork that's in the box right now.
You can go through the city clerk's
I'll go check it in the box right now.
You can go through the city clerk's office.
So you won't let me see, at the dedication, you won't let me see the paperwork. Do you have the state required safe haven brochure in there? Do you have the anonymous health history form that's required by the Department of Health in the box? Can you show me? Okay, I'll go check. I'll go look, because you said people can go look at the box, so I'll see if you have the state required forms in there.
If you have a records request, you can go through the city clerk's office.
I'll go look right now in the box. How come all the loving people are so afraid to just show me what's in the bag? Why are you afraid to show me what's the paperwork is in the box? Monica Kelsey typically tries to not include state required paperwork because it tells them about financial assistance options, that she just wants people to surrender babies. But why don't you just show me what's in the bag?
If you have a records.
Okay, I'll go look myself.
This is just so exciting.
We're not looking. Can you mind if I look at what paperwork is in this bag?
I don't know if it's in that. Is it in there? Or does she?
Well, yeah, this is the paperwork. So let's see what's in here. So there's the Monica Kelsey brochure. There is a thing that is also, I think, a Monica Kelsey thing. There's more Monica Kelsey paperwork here. And there is the old version, the out-of-date version of the state safe haven brochure but the state required that, but there's no anonymous health history form in the bag. The second time he also did not answer any questions, but he was seemed a little more receptive to at least listening to what I had to say. So Chief, I just checked what was in the box. That's Monica will slink away because she doesn't like questions, and you don't either. But you just saw me talking to Rep. Tom Hall about this, that you have the outdated state brochure in the bag, and you don't have the state-mandated anonymous health history form in the bag.
Okay. We'll
So
look into all those things. Those are very good.
you'll look into those things?
Look into them.
So you should have theoretically, would you agree, it'd be good to have looked into them before you christen the baby box?
We'll look into them. We'll look into your suggestions.
Are you willing to talk about any of these things now? You're not willing to talk about them?
I'm willing to take your questions and look into everything that you've given us.
So one of the other things, and I don't know how the law is now in Ohio because it got changed in one of the budget bills without any hearings, is that you also theoretically should have the information on the outside of the box. So the way it is now, when you have that bag, the orange bag inside of the box, a woman or somebody about to give birth or their companion couldn't come up and take some information and learn. They have to open the box, which is psychologically, you've already made the decision when you open the box and it's setting off the silent alarm for it. So the places like Troy, where I live in Union Township, the information, because I believe the state actually required the information to be on the outside of the box, so that a person walking up could have access to the paperwork without having to actually open the box and trigger the alarm. Does that make sense?
It totally makes sense, and we'll look into that.
So, all right. Now, the delight in all this was talking to Representative Thomas Hall. Thomas Hall is a man comfortable in his own skin, and he sits there and listens to me, doesn't make any big judgments, says he'll look into it, and he's generally been a stand-up guy. I met him through work I did with Buckeye Boys State, and I'd have to say he's an example. It's antithetical to the way Warren Davidson reacted. Thomas Hall, knowing, I told him before we started talking that I'm against this monetization of safe haven through these boxes, but he still heard me out, did an on-camera interview. Warren Davidson could learn a lot from Tom Hall. Maybe Tom Hall should be the congressman and not Warren Davidson. I'm standing here with Representative Thomas Hall, but you're not the rep for this area, right?
No, sir.
Okay, I actually texted somebody during the event saying, I think I see Tom Hall over there, but I don't think he's the rep for this area.
So I'm a part-time fireman, and when I heard about this through the
Okay.
fire department's talk, and
Okay.
heard about this through Butler County Right to Life.
Okay,
obviously.
you've always been a straight up guy to me.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I don't know if you know that I'm like one of the leading, I'm a very pro-life guy, but I'm one of the probably most prominent critics of these boxes.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I did not know that.
So I'll give you this list.
Yeah. Can I keep that?
Yeah. Other than I crunch them up in my pocket
No,
freezing outside.
You are fine.
So a few of the things are, for example, the boxes. See, this is, Safe Haven's been around for 20, 30 years.
Okay.
The boxes are a monetization of it. $20 a pop.
Okay.
So you ask things like, actually studies show that just having signage on fire stations and police stations, like this example, actually is as or more effective than having boxes.
Okay.
That is an information issue, not a box anonymity issue.
Okay. So
But
you're saying to give this information out to the public, to the people that are seeking the boxes?
no,
or?
so a woman can surrender a baby 30 days or younger at any police fire station to a uniformed policeman or fireman, or at a hospital.
Yes.
Okay. So the biggest thing is they don't even know that.
Okay.
Because in the state, unlike in Florida, they have a state program where they put a sign on every fire station. We've never had in Ohio anything to put information about safe havening on fire stations, even though we've had it for like 25 years.
You're absolutely right.
Right, so
Stations
people don't know, and a
stations
lot of times the firemen don't even know that somebody could drop a baby off. So the things that bother me about the boxes, if you go look at it when you're leaving here, Tom, take a
Yes,
look at it.
yeah.
Is she only allows her number to be there. She doesn't allow the state Help Me Grow number to be there. She
I
doesn't
see what you're
allow
saying.
any
I see what
local
you're saying.
references to any local support groups.
Okay.
Child services in this area not allowed. You saw me just going through the
Pregnancy
bed.
centers, stuff like
Right.
that.
You just, that gets dicey because then you get people wanting, you might get abortion people wanting stuff, so for example, I just went through the orange bag. She's not including the legally
Is that what you were
required.
looking at whenever I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's a state required pamphlet. That bag has the old version of it. And there's a state required anonymous health history form, which she tries to keep out of the boxes because she does her own baby registry, because for some reason she gets information on babies surrendered when they come through her boxes, and then usually does press events. So there's a lot of things like that that are my concerns with them, because I think the state originally thought it would be some vendor would come up with a box and sell it, not they would make it into a program where they try to control the babies from end to end. So you can look at the things on you know, I don't know if you know this too. This is a one-way interview, but 25 nationwide, about 30 to 1 babies that are safe haven are done just traditional safe haven. I think even her number, she says that, it's not 20 to 1, but of some higher ratio.
Okay.
But nationwide, about 25 to 33% of all women come back to reclaim the baby. And so there's a reason why, for example, people that are traditional safe haven advocates want it kept quiet, because the woman has 30 days where they can reclaim the baby. That happens, you don't want to stigmatize them or make them afraid to come reclaim their baby, because you had, for example, if you go watch Monica, a press conference right after it happened saying the mom was a hero that knew she couldn't raise her baby, and she did the right thing by surrendering it so it can go to a good forever family, that then would stigmatize coming back for it. So there's a lot of stuff on there. You're a good guy. I appreciate you talking to me.
And I appreciate you reaching out on the public record stuff.
We still need it. I want to be, when I'm up there, you guys aren't up there no, I'm joking. You guys are only up there sometime, but the public records thing.
We got 2 more weeks until Thanksgiving. Trying to finish up some stuff as we speak. This morning I was trying to get some of my stuff done with property tax, and trying to make sure that we're using every second that we're up there.
Yeah. One thing I got to say about you, and I appreciate you talking to me, I just blasted a lot of stuff at you, a lot of critical stuff about these boxes. Your reaction was soak it in, take the sheet, right? Take the sheet. You'll probably try to learn more about it, right? And learn more. You'll also learn that the rules all got changed on baby boxes, not in this budget bill, but in the prior budget bill. Gene Schmidt put in a bunch of rule changes to make it more lenient and basically take away Department of Health oversight of the boxes.
Like I said, that's why I'm happy you give me.
Yeah, these things that happen in the budget bills. You've heard of this at the last minute, without any discussion.
That's why we do budget correction bills. It seems like.
But you are a stand-up guy. I just want to make sure, because I'm recording this.
Oh, absolutely.
You are a stand-up guy. This guy, he barely knows me. He spoke at Buckeye Boys State one time, and I used to arrange the speakers, and he did a great job there. But I called him up. He answered me like one weekend. I got talking about public records. He's here. It's not even his district. But I appreciate it, and I thank you for taking the information.
Appreciate you letting me know about these things and keeping everybody honest. That's all we can ask, right?
Thank you, Tom.
You have a great day.
Thanks.
Everybody have a good day.
Thank you, guy. So when they did the ceremony, they had the sign out here. This isn't even set up with the phone number sign on it, although you can see it is up. There's a big one, but there's one up here. So part of the kind of questions I ask is, why aren't there any local numbers on here? Why isn't there any local information? Why isn't the information on safe havening available outside the box? You have to open that door to be able to get to the information. So there's lots of, to me, questions about these, and why, because some company makes these boxes, they become the controller of information about babies coming through these boxes. Monica Kelsey maintains her own baby registry of babies that are surrendered in her boxes.